Listen, is it a God or God in your life? Is it a God or the God of heaven, okay, that you're seeking? God says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything else will be added. Wherever you lack, it will be added, right? A lot of times, if you haven't entered into your promises, there are some things that God is still breaking off of you. And then a lot of it has to do with what's on the throne of your heart. Is it him or another God? A lot of times, we grow up with triggers and we grow up with traumas, and God is breaking those off of us, right? Even off of our mind, and there are times where we learned how to cope, and we'll run to certain things for comfort instead of God. Because God is our comfort. Jesus is our everything, right? He'll speak to us. He'll comfort us. He'll assure us. But a lot of times growing up, when you have traumas and certain things affecting us in our lives or in our minds, we have to numb it out, or we have been taught to deal with it a certain way, but not run to God to help heal us. Ooh-wee. And so we don't run to the God of heaven, for comfort. And so over time, it is God's love that woos us, that draws us, and fills us to the point to where we no longer desire to run to the lowercase g God for comfort and to cope, but to go to the God of heaven to fill us and give us the comfort that we need. And we have to be able to decipher So we have to be able to decipher, the difference between, running to God, running to the God of heaven, seeking him first for everything, or that thing that we constantly, run to. It could be a person that we idolize to help us all the time. It could be some people go and get crystals. Some people get alcohol. Some people got to smoke all the time because it's like some people pull back and go into pride. Some people pull back, they go into a shell and they choose pride to cope. They'll put up a wall to cope with their situation. And all of that stagnates us. It doesn't grow us. And so we have to decipher what it is that keeps drawing us in a direction from God, right? To help us cope, to give us, the security or the validation, that, you could be seeking. All of that comes from God. And so I pray that this encourages you. I pray, I'm sorry for the distractions or whatever. I didn't know, but I just felt the need to keep going because it's going to be hard to do this over. Okay? So seek the Lord. Whoever this word is for, and you got this part, look, seek the Lord and ask him to remove everything that is replacing him in your life, okay? Everything that is on the throne of your heart or attached to you that is a distraction, that's pulling you away from him, because because it's all a form of bondage, and you want the Lord to free you from all forms of bondage. And a lot of times we don't know what that looks like. You know, there's times I was walking on this journey, I didn't know certain things were attached to me. And over time, because of God's patience and his love, you know, he just kept showing me, and he was gentle, and he was guiding me, you know, with his hand. And so just keeping in mind that God is not being hard on you. He loves you, but you want to be able to know which gods you are serving. So you want to be able to know which gods that you're putting before, if you're putting any God before God, because God is a jealous God. That's the whole point of this message. He's a jealous God, and he wants you to see and be aware if you're putting any other gods before him, lowercase g gods, okay?